Well, I think I'm recording this time. Last fucking time I tried to do this, it just didn't record. So, it looks like the weather's kind of nice out right now. I mean, it's supposed to rain here soon, but we'll go ahead and get on this topic so I don't get killed in the rain. First thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that every person in the world thinks that if you ride a motorcycle, you're gonna die. I swear to God, every single person that I have ever talked to about my bike always mentions something about the fact that I'm gonna get in an accident and be brain dead like a vegetable and die. Every conversation ends up like that. They're like, and you know what? This is the exact thing they say. It's not the exact thing, but it's basically the exact same thing. They always add that whole, oh, it's not you, but it's other people. I know you could be a good driver, but those other people that just aren't looking out for you. And yeah, it's true, all right? I get it. Y'all are just looking out for me. But for fuck's sakes, guys, you act like I'm out here riding and don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, you act like I don't know that it's dangerous out here to ride. You act like I think it's as safe as a car. I know it's not as safe as a car, and anybody who tries to argue that fact is an idiot. Now, there's things you can do to keep yourself safe, and I guess that's, that's kind of something you gotta do, and I guess, you know what, this topic will tie into something else, and I'll go ahead and talk about this one too, and it's gonna be how to convince your parents to let you buy a motorcycle. And first things first, if your parents are like mine, they were dead set against me getting a motorcycle. They were like, you're not getting a motorcycle until you move out of our house, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. They didn't really say that. They just were like, yo, you live under our roof, you're gonna follow our rules. You're not buying a motorcycle while you live in my house. And you know what? I get that. I get where they were coming from. They don't want to be responsible if I end up dying, whatever. But, you know, there's things you got to talk to your parents about, and you gotta get them to understand the fact that, yeah, it's dangerous, it's not the safest thing in the world, but you're gonna do things to keep yourself safer than, you know, the average Joe who's out there with no jacket on, no gloves, wearing a brain bucket on. Okay, so first thing you need to tell your parents, this is part of the 3 steps that I recommend you do to get a bicycle or a motorcycle. First step, go take a safety course. Go take the MSF course. That's the first thing I did. The reason you do this shows your parents that you're actually serious about wanting a bike and that you are serious about wanting to keep your safety. That was like the first step for me. I took the MSF course 9 months before I got my bike, and you can do it. If you want a bike, you'll get a bike eventually in your life. Just know that's how it works. Go take the MSF course. It's really easy. We did like 8 hours total of class time instruction, and then 10 hours, I think, of riding, where they basically taught you everything you need to know about riding. They taught you how to use the clutch, how to use throttle, how to corner, how to counter steer. They taught you a little bit about lane positioning, not much. That's something you probably want to look up yourself, but don't worry about that until you have a bike. They teach you how to do figure eights in a small ass box. It's a fucking bitch, but if you can do it, you can pass. There's a lot of cool things: emergency stops, emergency procedures, things you could do to eliminate yourself from being in an accident. And those are the sort of things that you need to know when you ride, and definitely recommend you take the MSF course to get your parents on board. So, number one was to do the MSF course. That's the first step you need to do to get yourself a motorcycle. Number 2, and this one's kind of, for some kids, they don't understand this. Number 2, you need to get yourself a job, all right? And I get it. You may be going to school like I am right now. I still go to work. I work 32 hours a week in a warehouse, right? And that's what I do. That's how I get my money. So I was able to afford to buy this bike. And because let me tell you this much: if your parents aren't on board of the idea to begin with, they're not going to pay for a bike. Just know that for a fact. You're going to need to find some way to source the bike yourself. And the easiest way to do that is to get a job. You could go sell like meth or something. I don't know. I don't fucking condone that though. So go and get yourself a job. You can go work at the local McDonald's or some shit. I think you can get a job at Kroger's at like 14 or something. not Kroger's. You can get a job at a Kroger. So you're gonna need a job. That's number 2. Number 1 was MSF. Number 2 was get a job. Number 3, the third step here, is you need to sit down and talk with them. Talk to them about how you're going to keep yourself safe, how you're not going to die. All right? And I know that sounds dumb as fuck, but that's what you got to do. That's how I had to convince my parents. And if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't have a bike right now. To be 100% honest with you. I mean, I probably shouldn't have a bike right now anyways, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, you need to sit down and talk with your parents and let them know that you're, again, with the whole being serious about wanting a bike. You're going to show them that you're mature enough to have a bike, that you deserve to have a bike, all those sort of things. And I kind of want to go back to the lake area. The way I got my bike, I went and took the MSF course. That's first step, number 1. Everybody needs to do that. Number 2, I went and got myself a job. Well, I kind of got pushed into a job, but I have a job, so that's what matters. Number 3, I convinced my parents to help me buy a car at some point in my life, which was my Beamer. And if y'all didn't know about that whole story, it was a 93 BMW 325i. She was a nice car, drift car sort of thing, but yeah, I had that car. I ended up paying it off with my parents. So the car was 100% mine. And what I went to do next was what you probably shouldn't do if you want your parents to love you anymore. I went and just making sure my GoPro is still fucking connected. I went and sold that Beamer. All right, I paid $3,500 for it. I went and sold it for $3,000. I had $3,000 cash in my pocket, and I was like, okay, I don't have a car now. I don't have any transportation. I had to borrow my sister's car for a while. Sister's mom's car, that sort of thing. I had to use their cars for a while we're riding, or before I got my bike. So what I did is I sold my car. I had $3,000 cash. My parents were like, yo, no, you're still not getting a bike. It's fucking dangerous. You're gonna get yourself killed. Blah, blah, blah. So what I went out and did, I had my buddy who rides. He went with me. We went on Craigslist and found a good deal on this 2015 CBR 250 or 300R, and the guy was asking $3,800. I got him to do $3,000 cash. It had 1,000 miles, and then he gave me the bike cover with it. So what I did is I went against what my parents said. I took the money and went and bought myself a bike. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a rating. Go tell your friends, share my channel with people. I don't fucking care. You do you guys. Hopefully you have a good day. And I'll see you guys in the next motherfucking video. I'm never doing that again.